Undoubtedly, electronic technology is the future. As an example, I'd like to bring in some of the hottest talk regarding consoles right now. With discussion of new mainframe consoles such as the PS5 and Xbox's Project Scarlet expected to be released during this year's holiday season, there is no question that the technological world is evolving. And I'm not just going to throw you guys into this world without any examples or background knowledge. That would just be cruel. Okay, so let's start with some facts. If you're unaware, the latest released console from PlayStation is the PS4, specifically the PS4 Pro, which is upgraded compared to the original PS4 console in 2016. Also released in 2016 was PlayStation's first and only currently released attempt at incorporating the world of virtual reality into their consoles. The headset called the PSVR received much hype and praise in its release, and came to be known as one of the better-selling virtual reality headsets. But that's not all. Notice how I mentioned that it is PlayStation's only currently released VR headset. However, it is not the only VR headset in conversation. With the impending release of the PS5, many speculate that the second model, technically third, of the PSVR will soon follow. But the question is, what will this edition provide? No one knows right now, although many things are up for interpretation. Moving on, the big question. What does virtual reality have to offer now? And what does virtual reality realistically have to offer in the future? I highly doubt that we will develop a virtual reality console that can tap into one's neurons and overtake the entire body like an SAO within this decade. But let's just focus on what's happening now. Other than in the world of gamers, virtual reality is being used in many ways, including for therapy, relaxation, and education. And I will be focusing on that of therapy. Right now, virtual reality is being used to aid people with mental disorders. In fact, some VR games are tailor-made for said people. According to Maria Timming's article titled Virtual Reality Therapy Has Real-Life Benefits for Some Mental Disorders, confronting fears can be easier in a virtual setting. But even so, confronting fears in a virtual setting provides the player, if you will, to learn how to handle themselves in real situations. For instance, Edwin, a man with paranoid schizophrenia, had a game tailor-made for him to get over his fear of the public. A clinical psychologist would control the amount of people as well as their moods within the modifiable space, providing levels for Edwin to grow. You see, Edwin judges people based off of their body language and facial expressions. So if someone is upset, Edwin would think that they are trying to hurt him. So this game allows him to focus on the other reasons why someone could look upset, besides wanting to hurt him. According to the article, after 3 months of VR treatment, public outings were easier, said Edwin. I felt more freedom, more relaxed. He even performed a poem for 500 people at a talent show, which he would not have dared before. So right now, this is what virtual reality is doing for people. It's helping them with their phobias and disorders, all while not endangering their physical health and improving that of their mental health. This has actually been going on for a long while. Researchers have been developing virtual reality systems that help people overcome specific phobias since the 1990s. And since then, it has helped address more complex anxiety disorders like social anxiety disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, and even anxiety associated with paranoid schizophrenia for people like Edwin. The next question I don't have a direct answer to. What could the future hold for virtual reality, seeing as how this is what virtual reality is doing for people right now? I can only imagine the great lengths it could span. And scientists are testing VR programs to help with a broadening list of challenges, so this could help so many people. For instance, the broadening list of challenges could contain things such as for people with depression to learn to practice self-compassion, for those struggling with addiction to reduce cravings and recovery, for people with eating disorders to improve the body image and their opinions on their own body, to help those who've had strokes relearn motor skills, and during medical operations, distract patients during painful procedures that don't require anesthesia. All in all, I have to say that I chose this topic to orient you with the emerging technologies of this world and how they impact people, especially people who are not often talked about, or those who have disorders that are not often talked about, or even those who we encounter in our daily lives that we do not acknowledge. So, thank you. Thank you so much for listening. And I just want to know what questions you have regarding virtual reality after listening and learning, and what questions do you think scientists and or developers should tackle next regarding virtual reality. Oh, and I also attached a VR video for you to watch as well. It is an experience going through a supermarket, so I hope you enjoy it, and thank you.